Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show where you see what I got worked on, what's finished, and what is coming up. And yeah, this week we got some Song of Ice and Fire stuff finished, some Death Ray Designs buildings all done, and some work done on Monster Apocalypse and Deadzone Outbreak, as well as an update on my Fallout Wasteland Warfare relationship with Preston Garvey. So anyway, we'll show you what got finished and what's coming up. So first things first, here's what got finished. I worked on some terrain, some big ruined buildings, which I'll be using for Fallout, 40k, anything I need ruined buildings for. And these are some great kits. They're kits that have been around for a while now from Death Ray Designs. And I did my usual stuff. So these are MDF, glued them together with Guerrilla Gel Super Glue, which I should be endorsed for because I use about 7,000 tubes of it a month. I usually use the gel super glue for this because it fills gaps really well, and if you're using it on edges, it'll actually sink in a little bit and do a really good bond. So it's really super strong when it's finished. Then it was expanding foam. So there's this great stuff called Great Stuff. Now the one thing I will tell you about it, it's terrifyingly durable. You have to wear gloves and you really want to wear safety glasses because you literally, there is no way to get it off. It binds to your skin, and it's like expanding foam super glue. Like your skin cells have to die for it to come off. But it's great to work with when you're doing this because it has a little foam, basically like spray can. You spray it with a nozzle into the corners and stuff. And I just dump sand on top of it, and you can make these great. And then what I did was I just stuck extra wall bits, and these are actually Death Ray Designs Rust Point tires and bricks into it to make some rubble piles. So it's got that Fallout 3, Fallout 4, just like piles of rubble everywhere in it. And I think for MDF buildings, and sorry, and I put some posters on too. Mr. Handy, Nuka-Cola, Sugar Bombs, because I have a big sheet of just printed off Fallout Wasteland Warfare stuff that I go to. I think I have like a binder of them. And it's funny because they keep getting like crinkled and wrecked, and that actually makes them better when I put them on, which I think is really funny. And so yeah, the stuff's all put together. It gives you a nice kind of like convincing rubble effect, because when you have just for like MDF buildings in general, by themselves, especially if they're ruins, they look too flat. They look like some cleaning crew came along and like cleaned all the junk out of them afterwards, and that there's not enough sort of like detritus kind of like laying around. So it's nice rubble piles. They're super quick and easy to do too, and this expanding foam is like indestructible. Like it's super durable. Like you're not going to pick it off or destroy it unless you really go at it with a chisel when you're all said and done. So highly recommended, but be safe, please. It's not for fooling around. And then this was double, you know what, I'm gonna go get them because you guys always ask. Hang on. All right, that's it. These are all the colors that are on here. The whole thing is hard primed like solidly with Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Satin Espresso, which is just like a dark brown. And then zenithly painted with this satin granite color, which is also a Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch. And that gives you a really nice sort of like fade. And then I go through, I'll do all the edging and dirt marking with this. This is Golden High Flow liquid paints. It's a great airbrush, just a high flow acrylic. You can get it at Michael's. I think it's like $6 a tube. It'll last you forever pretty much. And that's where you get all this great sort of like dirt marking. That's all done with that. It'll be a bit glossy when you put it down. I hit this whole thing with a shot of dull coat when it's done. Just take the gloss off because it's a bit inky when you're finished. And then this thing, GW's greatest invention, the scenery brush, a little bit of like light, it doesn't have to be this color, blue horror, you could use anything, you could use Althorn gray, and just hit the edges of it. So you really dry the brush off, and I almost like edge paint it just to make the corners of everything pop basically. And that's it, oh sorry, and then the black, this is just I use the Tester's acrylic black for whenever I'm doing black with my airbrush because it's way cheaper than like any model color black. So if you're using scenery, just grab these. They're great. They're acrylic. Doesn't matter. And that's all the burn marking. All the burn marking at the top of everything there, and even some of the low lighting on the rubble and stuff, like the tires. They're all just done with that. So cheap and cheerful, real easy to do. And yeah, you get a great looking set of ruins. You can apply this to any ruins. And actually, you could just apply this procedure to like any color. So like I have like a Space Wolfy gray version of this. It's like a blue gray, almost like that, but a bit darker blue. I'll probably do for the next ruin set just to make them a little bit different. Like anything. Start with brown because it'll give you your brown lowlights, make everything look dirty. A top coat of anything, could be green, could be just a light. So it's warm dark color, lighter cool color over top, and you'll get that nice fade on everything. And then these are just the highlight After Effects stuff. So yeah, from now on, I'm just gonna show you guys this stuff because man, I answer the same question so many times. There's your shopping list. If you want to go to the buildings like that, just go buy these. And here's some Song of Ice and Fire reinforcements, because if one's good, two's better. So I painted a second unit of Outriders, Dark Outriders for my Stark Army, and a second unit of Umber Berserkers. I already have 2 Sworn Sword units. I might paint a third one just in case I want to spam infantry, but there's so many other units to grab, and I have 2 painted already. I'm probably not going to paint them for a while. There's like, I don't know when it comes out, but like the Kumani website has tons of options. I just don't know what the release schedule is for any of them. So for now, because we just have starter sets, this was the best I could do to make some variation in my army, was to add more Cav and more Berserkers, because we have 2 copies of the starter set. And then I'm going to start painting my Lannisters, because that's next. I got a Lannister army set to paint as well. But you know, having fun with this game, and I really enjoyed painting the miniatures. The miniatures are great. Mostly because I don't have to build them. There's something to be said for pre-assembled miniatures. It was nice not to have to do that. So yeah, that was this week. I painted 16 more miniatures and 6 pieces of terrain. It looks like more because it's like physically imposing. But that's my count for this week. Some of the stuff I built and base coated this week. First things first, Preston. Here's the deal. I took you out of this case like 6 times this week. I put you back in the case every time because you're so annoying in the video game. And like, I don't have any stat cards for you, so I don't know what you do. So like, unlike Mama Murphy and everybody else who have guns that like I have cards for, so I can just use them as settlers or whatever, you have no chance because I don't have a laser musket card. And I don't know what your stats do. I just know what your points are, or caps rather. So here's the deal, buddy. If you help enough settlements, maybe I'll paint you. Until then, you're going back in the case. I got some base coats on my guard because Mike from Outbreak Studios is just like blazing ahead of me, man. He is super excited about this game. And he's painted up almost all of his destroyers already and his Planet Eaters or whatever. So I gotta get to work. I got these guys assembled, primed, and base coated. So this is Defender X, the big robot. I'll paint his backpack separately. Gonna do pretty much the traditional colors, so I did some powder blue. It's like just a base coat, and then these are his little tanks. It's a recovery vehicle, 4 tanks. And there's elite and basic versions of the tanks too that I'll have built when I'm ready to rock and roll. And that means we can try out Monster Apocalypse. Need to figure out the mat. It's gonna be hard to record on because it's folded up in the box. I might take it to a place where I can get it plaqued. You know, those places that do like posters and put them on that like MDF, that chipboard or whatever, and see if that'll fix it. Because I think that's what we need to do to get it on camera is put that on it and to give like a satin finish or a matte finish or something like that to be able to film it, because the mat's not going to be super easy to film on. But we'll give it a go. And as soon as I get that done, that's when we'll be filming Monster Apocalypse. And then I got my Deadzone Outbreak. There's a worldwide campaign right now called Outbreak going on for Deadzone, which I am targeting the party to. But I'm painting my Nameless. This is one of the new Deadzone factions, and they're kind of like the evil space bugs, the Starship Troopers bugs. So they're line troopers, like little crabmans, little squidmans. The brain bug there is in the center is the leader bug. I got some specialists like a gunslinger, rifleman, and an assassin, and they're basically they're tubes of tentacles packed into armor, which is kind of neat. And then they have the mantis shrimp, which is one of the other troopers, who's just hilarious. And some big broody crab guys there in the back, some kind of like mudclaw guys. I'm gonna paint them up in a kind of like an aquatic-y cockroach scheme. So some contrasting colors here, browns and blues, and I'll try and get them finished this weekend so we can play some Deadzone next week. Jason's painting up the Vermine, and that's going to be my throw-in opponent to try out some of the games from the Outbreak campaign. But if you haven't checked it out, go check out the Mantic website, and they'll have details for the campaign right now. It's new stat sheets basically for every faction in this book, the command protocols. So it's not a new game. What it is it's basically consolidating all the army lists for every model in Deadzone, which is super handy because they're all in one place here now, and there's stats for everybody. So I'm pretty jazzed because my Enforcers and my Plague, of course, have updated point costs and new stuff in here. And then I'm going to be starting, because I like the baddies for Deadzone, starting off with the Nameless to do some hunt and some vermine action. So it's going to be rats against fish monsters, I guess, for the Deadzone campaign. So you know, on the paint table done for this week, with all of the sort of like, I guess, project worky stuff I've been doing lately. I am getting a little burned out, I will tell you. I would like there to be like 6 to 8 weeks of just no companies in the wargaming industry releasing anything. That'd be great. If you guys could just do that through like Christmas, that'd be fantastic. Because, oh man, we just hit, so today is September 1st. And this has been the craziest summer in wargaming I can remember, and I've been in this business for almost 20 years. I cannot remember this many big title releases, and not just from like one company, but like, I mean, Workshop hammered us with releases this summer, but there's been so many, like, Song of Ice and Fire come out, Fallout come out, like, there's just a crazy amount of stuff that happened this summer. I have not tried so many games in a 3-month period, I think, in my entire life previous to this. So I'm ready for a break, guys. Please, just let me play some of these games for more than 5 minutes before I have to try a new one. That'd be awesome. And yeah, so there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you for another On the Paint Table next week. We'll see what I get done. Till then, I'm Ash. Now forgive me. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.